Hello there, people of the internet. 8mm Mauser is probably one of my all-time favorite cartridges that have ever existed, no matter what sort of situation we are going to put ourselves in. And if you like 8mm Mauser, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because you are among the right crowd, and I guarantee that we will get along. All this being said, I have taken a ton of this stuff out to the gun ranging. I have shot a tremendous amount of it on this YouTube channel. But I no longer have access to that gun range, at least not at this current point in time. So in the description and down below, you'll find links to Patreon or Utreon or even a merch store to where you can donate at the merch store, etc., if you want to help me get back out to a range. But this right here is going to be 5 reasons why you need an 8mm Mauser. I know that it was honestly very easy for me to come up with these 5 reasons just because I see so many pros to this cartridge. This right here is an absolute powerhouse of a full power rifle cartridge. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. First off, you need yourself an 8mm Mauser, not necessarily because of the ammunition itself, but because of the rifles that they are fired out of. There is a huge variety of 8mm Mauser rifles out there. A lot of them are the actual Mauser rifles. They span all the way from the Gewehr 88 to the Mauser 98. A tremendous amount of varieties are chambered in 8mm Mauser. But if you don't want to rock a bolt-action rifle, that is okay, because there are actually several semi-automatic variants chambered in 8mm Mauser as well, such as, like the Hakim and that series of rifles, and insert your choice of semi-auto 8mm Mauser. I know Germany had a couple of them, the Gewehr 41 and the Gewehr 43, and I'm sure that there's quite a few out there. I know that the Russians made like a PTR or Dragunov style rifle that was also an 8mm. If you want a semi-automatic 8mm Mauser rifle, they are out there for you. But if you don't mind having a bolt action, there's a tremendous amount of bolt action systems out there. If you want yourself a nice carbine length rifle like this Yugo 2447 that I have here, which is a really comfortable length rifle for my uses that I use these platforms for. If you want yourself a good mid-length rifle like this right here is a really good inexpensive option. But if you want yourself a nice, really short carbine version, they make plenty of 8mm Mauser carbine versions, or if you're somebody who enjoys a nice long wood-stocked rifle, then they make plenty of really long wood-stock rifles chambered in 8mm Mauser as well. Huge amount of variety of different platforms out there that run this ammunition. Now on to our second reason why you need an 8mm Mauser rifle, the extreme variety of different kinds of ammunitions that you can get. If you want lightweight ammo or heavyweight ammo, or if you want soft tip rounds or hollow point rounds or tracer rounds or armor piercing rounds or incendiary rounds, or basically whatever it is that you want whenever it comes to ammunition, you can get it in 8mm Mauser. If you want Berdan Prime, or if you want Boxer Prime so you can reload it, there's a huge variety of different kinds of 8mm. There's even different bore diameters for the 8mm Mauser round. For example, this right here is the updated version, which is a 323 diameter, but there's also a 318 diameter like the original Gewehr 88 systems. So there's a massive variety of different kinds of ammunition out there to suit basically whatever it is that you need to be able to do. And whether or not you want to shoot nice lightweight loads like what I have right here, I think that these are 120 grain if memory serves me correctly. Not quite sure on those, but somewhere around that ballpark. They're going to be very lightweight. Or if you want a more standard load of, say, 155 grain projectiles, this is Turkish stuff. This right here fires these rounds at about 3,000 or so feet per second. That is a very heavy bullet traveling at very fast speeds. Or if you want an even heavier bullet, this is Yugoslavian stuff, and this is 198 grain projectiles, and they're going to travel about 2,600 or so feet per second. That is a powerful cartridge, and those bullets are very large and very heavy. Alright, now on to the third reason why you need to get yourself an 8mm Mauser. Well, the ammunition was so prolific and so common that it is literally, in 2023, still being surplused out to this day. These two right here are actually surplus. This is a commercial brass. They do still make this ammunition. Even to this day, this is a commercial brass that I have taken, and it has obviously been reloaded for lightweight projectiles. But if you want to go out and get yourself some factory surplus, a lot of it is going to be corrosive, so you do want to make sure that you clean your rifle But there's a huge variety of surplus ammunition out there. A lot of it is going to be Yugoslavian, Czech, Greek, German, Turkish. I think those are like the main surplus rounds that you're going to find, but there's a tremendous variety that you can get whenever it comes to this surplus ammo. Granted, not all of it is good. I actually have batches of Ethiopian and Egyptian ammunition, which is more or less stuff I use as components because it is basically nothing but hang fires. I did do a video a long time ago where I ran a Turkish Mauser so hard that it caught on fire, and I did that using the hang fire Ethiopian stuff, and that was a really fun video. Alright, the fourth reason why you need an 8mm Mauser. So if you think that a 30 caliber rifle is powerful enough to be able to handle anything that you need to handle, then guess what? The 8mm Mauser is going to be a better option for you because 8mm is larger than 30 caliber. This is a 7.92 as opposed to the 30 caliber's 7.62. I hear people tell me all the time that they prefer a 30 caliber round because they just have more faith in that round's capabilities of doing whatever it is that they need done. And so as a result, I feel like if they were to be given an 8mm Mauser rifle with reliable, usable, good 8mm Mauser ammunition, I feel like that they would, well, not only feel not undergunned or underpowered, but they would feel slightly more empowered than they would with that 30 caliber rifle that they are so infatuated with. And reason number 5 as to why you need yourself an 8mm Mauser. Personally, this is the reason that I lean towards because I'm just a military surplus history nut. And that is the historical significance behind the 8mm Mauser round. Whenever you think about any sort of conflict, literally anywhere in the world, there was some sort of Mauser cartridge that was involved, be it 7mm or 8mm. And typically, in the situations where you would find 7mm Mauser involved, you would find 8mm Mauser involved as well. 8mm Mauser actually came out before 7mm Mauser. It was originally introduced in the Gewehr 88 rifles, although it was a different version of the 8mm Mauser cartridge with a slightly skinnier bullet. But even with that being the case, it was still considered and called 8mm Mauser. The Gewehr 88 obviously was implemented in 1888, only 2 years after the French had first invented smokeless powder. The Germans were right on top of it, and they ended up making their own smokeless powder rifle cartridge to use in their Gewehr 88 rifles, which was like a Mannlicher style system. Eventually they swapped over to the Gewehr 98 system, which is a very good, very strong action. The Gewehr 98, along with the 8mm Mauser ammunition that it fired, saw conflicts literally all over the world, and it's such a predominant system with this predominant ammunition that a lot of countries simply copied the design, the United States included, although we copied our ammunition based off of the 7mm Mauser rather than the 8mm Mauser. But even with that being the case, it is still a Mauser cartridge. This is a round that has literally been there, seen it, done it. There are people who have used this round to take over countries or to liberate countries. They've used this round to defend their homes, their lives. They use this round to protect and defend and to carry on offensive situations. Huge amount of historical significance behind these cartridges. And even if you take into consideration the different cartridges from different countries, like for example this right here being Yugoslavian surplus and this right here being Turkish surplus, the ammunition itself has its own set of stories and its own set of significance. And this right here being commercial ammo, I mean this right here is, also a story of itself. So there you guys go. That is 5 reasons why you need yourself an 8mm Mauser rifle. Ammunition, there's a huge variety of it, and it's still being surplus. The rifles, huge variety of those, any shape, any size, whatever style of rifle it is that you want, whether or not you want a manually operated or semi-automatic. A huge amount of significance behind the cartridges. And on top of that, if you're a fan of 30 caliber cartridges because of their power, these right here are an even larger caliber. So, yeah, thanks for watching, folks. I do appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off and have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next episode. I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.